Hello, this is Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent Nikken consultant, and this is a half-hour presentation by Nikken consultants, not by the corporation, but we love sharing what we've experienced with Nikken and hoping that you will explore it because it's a whole new way of being healthy and living a life of balance and abundance. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint, and then we're having a special guest to share her experiences with Nikken. Let me start my PowerPoint. So Nikken is a better way to a life in balance. Are you guys seeing all that? I'm getting some strange message. Okay. And it's all about people, planet, and profit. And we believe that Nikken can move you forward in all those areas, making a positive impact on the planet and helping individuals, individual families and people, and also earning a profit, a good income by helping others, which is the ideal way to earn a living. And Nikken Choice is all about active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship. I'm going to cover that business part first, the collaborative entrepreneurship, and then we'll talk about the wellness basis of the Nikken technologies. Nikken started with an amazing philosophy of the 5 pillars of health, and we have a definition of success, which is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And that ideal is to have abundance and balance in those 5 pillars of health: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And if any one of them is weak, the others start to suffer. And I was very aware of this when I was and my first career was as a lawyer. I worked for a big Philly firm, and it was quite obvious that the top earners didn't have any time for their family. Their health was going down the tubes because they were working 80 hours a week and not getting out in the sun, not having time for exercise. And they hardly knew their families. And I also wasn't even sure they were helping society because they were just helping big corporations fight each other. So I did leave law, and I wanted more time with my family and more time for health and to be with a more positive environment for work. And so I was very aware of this when I saw the 5 pillars of health. I thought, this is wonderful that a major international corporation could have this as their core philosophy. And you'll see more and more that this is where Nikken focuses. So Nikken's lifestyle, the choice, is all about the compounding effect of small daily choices we make. And of course, we make dozens of choices every day, and they either lead us to a better health and being up to our potential, what Nikken calls humans being more, or humans being less, not reaching our potential. And I'm going to remove the panel here so you can see the whole slide. There we go. And it makes all the difference for our income, health, relationships, happiness, and success. What I found when I moved into family counseling after I left law and worked from my home was that the number one stress on people was their finances. And this is a diagram of the cash flow quadrants developed by Robert Kiyosaki, the 4 ways that we earn a living. And on the left side are the employees and the self-employed. And 95% of the population earns their income that way, but they only control 5% of the wealth. So it's very hard to get wealthy from that way of earning the living because there's no leverage. Time equals money. If you're not on the job, the money's not coming in. There's only so many hours in the day, and the amount you can earn per hour is limited by either your employer or whatever you're bringing into your self-employment. And so with a big firm, they were charging my hours at over $400 an hour, but that's not what they paid me. And when I was on my own as a family counselor, I could only charge what my clients could pay. And of course, as I said, finances was one of their biggest stresses. So how do we become financially balanced? And we try to move, those of us who have entrepreneurial ideas, try to move to the right side where you're either a business owner or an investor. The problem has been in the past that to do that, you need to have a heck of a lot of money or a big bank loan to get started with owning a business or investing. A McDonald's franchise or any other major franchise is going to be at least $1 million, and an investor needs a couple of million to let the money do the work. So the cost of moving from one to the other, most people stay as employees or self-employed. Yet 95% of the wealth is controlled by the 5% who are business owners and investors. So Nikken actually gives you an opportunity to move from that where time is money to leveraging the efforts of others and your own money to create an income. And there's no limit on the income you can generate if you're in the gig economy, which is where independent workers have on-demand availability for temporary or part-time engagements. And this is growing hugely, as has been shown by Uber, the biggest example, which has increased by a factor of a million in 5 years. And Amazon, of course, shows the impact of the internet. People not only buying online, but selling online, creating businesses online. And the millennials are really joining this workforce to have extra income, even if they have jobs. They have increased mobility of work-life balance and very cost efficient. It's easy to get involved without $1 million like a traditional franchise. So the collaborative entrepreneurship of Nikken offers everything you need to have the perfect gig. It easily integrates into your life, low cost of entry. It's actually under $100 to become a Nikken business owner, and a turnkey entrepreneurial system, a leadership development plan, and it really is the perfect gig. It's easy to get started, and we can do it from home, from our kitchen table or home desk. And what we do is we offer people opportunity and income, teaching them to turn purpose into profits and find others to join them and create an organization of people sharing the Nikken wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship with others. And so we're leveraging and compounding our own efforts and the efforts of others. So it's a very simple process, and it's been developed over the past 40 years. You join Nikken, share and promote the products, invite people to join you as consultants and customers. And Nikken does all the heavy lifting, the inventory, the R&D, the warehousing, the operations, the shipping, the accounting. It's phenomenal. And then Nikken rewards us for being their marketing arm, good commissions and lots of incentives. So the Nikken product line is a true cash flow engine, because a new person will get the products they want and then use our monthly consumables for monthly support, and then upgrade as they discover how wonderful these products are. They will want more of them. They'll share them with their family, their relatives, their colleagues, and additional users. And then constant product innovation brings new technologies and products to us, all based on nature and developed in science. So the purpose-driven business model is represented by this little schematic of you or me as a consultant in the center with our wellness home, and with 5 or more customers that are building their wellness home, just adding the Nikken products to their home, and 3 or more people who are joining us as collaborative entrepreneurs. And that's our circle of influence, and those 3, we help them get their 3 and build their own purpose-driven business model. And the way we do that, it's as easy as ABC. We have an ABC system where the new person is the B. They find their mentor in Nikken is their A, and their potential customer or consultant is the C. So B introduces C to A, and A educates C about it, and so that they can make their own decision of how Nikken might fit in with their lives. The support system is second to none. These silver, gold, platinum, those are the ranking levels as we become more and more valuable to the company. But all the organizations work together because we help each other, what we call cross-line, and everybody wins. It's truly amazing. So you never know when you open an apple, one apple seed can be responsible for millions of apples if it's nurtured and cared for. And so we have people in Nikken that have impacted literally hundreds of thousands of lives. And this is how it happens. This is what I call the cone of possibility, with you or me at the top of your organization. Your 3 consultants find 3 who find 3 who find 3, and they each have their 5 or more customers, and they're each even just on their consumables 100 points or wholesale dollars a month, and that will get you to the silver level as soon as your 3 leaders are working their businesses. You're already earning $500 a month as a silver in the first leadership level, and that's enough to save a marriage, as all the statistics show, to buy a new car, or make the difference in your mortgage, and help people lead happier lives. So we're very proud of what Nikken can do. And these are the ways that Nikken recompenses us. Very generous program, which you can learn more about from the person who invited you to this webinar. So now we're going to move on to what makes Nikken so unique, not only our entrepreneurial business plan, but our unique technologies that started in Japan back over 43 years ago. And I'm going to introduce my co-host here. I'm going to stop the share for a moment and introduce Hattie Jane Darcourt, who's a former nurse and does a great job sharing the products here. So welcome, Hattie Jane. I'm going to mute myself.
Good morning, Randy. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me on, because I'm so entranced with our product line, which is why we have a business. The Japanese, back in those years ago, saw the potential and developed it, and it is just remarkable. The slide you see on the screen talks about our better way, because it'd be a life in balance. And in balance, I go into what I feel is important, which is my health. As a nurse, I've seen repeated problems. And slide, Randy, we have. Yeah, it's okay. So therefore, when I saw the business potential, when I listened to a presentation, and I heard the testimony of individuals who had used the products, and my mind had been open from traditional hospital care, acute care settings, to the more, I would call advanced understanding of how our body's subtle energy works to help us heal and to integrate and be able to our bodies to heal from whatever problem we were having. And I had seen the Japanese come into our American market with, for example, Toyota or Sony, and really just, you would think that they wouldn't have a chance to exist. And they have changed the marketplace so very much. So I knew there was a business opportunity. And so in addressing, well, what does the products do? Well, stress is part of life. But the degree of stress that we're able to handle, the degree of stress we're under varies and can be very debilitating on our total health capacity. If we don't get enough sleep, it's not in that nice to have, it's an essential element of our health. And without the proper circadian rhythm in our health, our bodies are always behind what we call the 8-ball in order to be healthy. The air we breathe, if you don't breathe, you don't go anywhere. Our lungs are a major component of our total body health, and what it's exposed to in breathing can really tremendously affect it. And the water, again, is not a substance in which is a choice of beverage. It is an essential part of nutrition. Our total health system internally depends on having an adequate amount of water introduced into our system for our bodies to continue to function adequately. And that's not even optimally, that's just adequate. So Nikken has addressed these situations, and they looked at the trends that what is our health doing compared to what it did years ago? Well, in many ways, it's a lot better because we're living longer. But what they noticed, and you can stop the slide and look at it in more detail, rather than I read it out, but it looked at, okay, how are our children's health today compared to what it was previously? And they're seeing trends of obesity, they're seeing trends of major illnesses, they're seeing trends of cognitive problems that weren't there before, as to the extent that they are now. So our products give us another insight into how our body is functioning and how we can make it better because of the choices we make. Next. And therefore, we are not only have products that help us as adults deal with our ongoing health issues, our just feeling extremely capacity and active and being able to have a good business doing it, but where is our health going in the generations to come, which is a major, another side benefit of Nikken products marketing, because you become aware of the subtle changes within our society that's going to affect our health long term. Global warming or GMO ring a bell? And therefore we looked at how can we present this most concisely. And when we came out, it was basically insoles that we put in our shoes, so we took care of being upright and moving about, and energy activity, and then they looked at sleep. Well, you go to bed, that's when you recover. So we looked at and said, okay, if we're at home, what's around us? Well, that's where we control what we drink. That's where we control what we sleep. That's where we control what we eat. That is home, that is family, and my family is extremely important to me. Therefore came our concept of having a Nikken wellness home, which again is a good marketing thing, because the products are a variation of different parts of that. And that's where you have it offering to individuals who haven't tried Nikken, don't know anything about it, to see if it works for them, or to recognize working for them in that capacity, they feel better and do better, and that's why we call it a greenhouse. In a greenhouse setting, you control the amount of nutrition that the plant life receives. You control the amount of exposure to environment that the plants receive. You control the nutrition that the plants receive in that environment. Therefore, our home is a wellness home in which we can then give the best input that we do in our daily lives. And again, it's a good marketing aspect. Now, you see the products that we have lined up here. The nutrition is one that you can have all the externals and all the pretty things, so forth, but if you're not feeding your body succinctly, consistently, well enough, and our nutrition comes not from what's good by the pyramid of one country or another, or because it goes by what the science has found. Scientists investigating health have found that our bodies work best using, not just calories, but what components within that health help the body to work better in a scientific manner as opposed to marketing. And the next thing you see is a group of different items. One is the pad that a number of the items are sitting on, which is fantastic. We have such, this whole system is so neat. And then there you see the sleep system. The pad, you're on the bed. You don't have to buy a brand new mattress. You put that on the mattress that you enjoy, and you put the cover over you, and you sleep on the pillow. And that creates the basic technology of a number of our products work with, that your body really enhances with and uses it to achieve the deep, relaxed sleep that it needs to recover and stay healthy. And those packs are available. And the water, my Lord mercy, I was about to let that go. That shows the basic system for the multiple use that you can get straight from your tap, and don't have to bring in the cartons of bottles to store somewhere, nor to throw away and clog so many things we don't like it being clogged or killing off. And the one bottle you take with you, so if you're out, you can continue your healthy ingestion. And then there's shower systems, so that daily bath or whenever you bathe, you actually get a wonderful, clean, clear, filtered system that removes any harmful elements that are in your pipes or your pipes delivery, or the chlorine and other aspects that we use in order to keep waterborne disease from affecting and killing off our population. But the body's not too happy with so much of it. So I invite you to take a look at what we have. Talk to the person who mentioned this, or if you fell across it, be willing to just Google us and come check us out. And get in touch with us individually if you care to. And so therefore, that is what our business markets. That's what we as entrepreneurs feel that is important and worthwhile, being part of a team that shares these products with the world. And we are in numerous countries. I think we're up to 20 plus countries now. And we can have lines in each country depending, but again, it's a person to person thing. And we're not telling you it's going to do anything, because what it does for you may be different from what it does for me. But it's so nice not to have to live with wads of Kleenex in my pocket and constant sniffing and snorting and that dull head feeling, and don't have to all the stuff that went along with my allergies. It's so nice to breathe. And that's what some of the products do for me. Maybe it'll do the same for you. Check us out.
Thanks, Hattie Jane. Well spoken, and I could mention that she's lost a whole lot of weight too, if anybody's concerned about that. I mean, she has so many great stories, and that was just a side effect of the changes she was making with the Nikken products. So thanks so much for sharing about the products. Now I want to introduce our guest, Suz Steele, who's just come off the ski slopes. Let me unmute you, Suzanne. There we go. And I don't know if we get to see you in your ski wear. There you are. Ah, yes. Okay, cool. So welcome to our showcase. And if you don't mind, Suzanne, share your story. We have actually something in common, that we've both been very aware of high voltage transmission lines and been part of local people who have tried to minimize the effects of those, because our electrified environment is changing the way our bodies work and slowing things down so that we have more pain, more stress, more fatigue. And 30 years ago, I was doing this in upstate New York, and Suzanne continues the battle in New Hampshire. So welcome today, Suzanne.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Wonderful. So yes, I do continue that journey to keeping people safe and educating them about the harmful effects of high voltage tension power lines. But today I am enjoying the very cold air but blue sky, being able to utilize these solutions for keeping me healthy. My quick story for people who've not heard it before is I was introduced to Nikken actually by someone who, it's appropriate that I'm here today. I'm at a mountain called Loon Mountain in New Hampshire, and I was working for someone who worked here. I was teaching skiing, and he knew that I had had a car accident, had broken my neck, was in a halo, and suffered for 3 years, and I was back on staff for him teaching, and he knew that I just was not back to where I needed to be. And he had gotten results with that white product called the Back Mag Flex for his back issues. And I decided to be open and take a look at what these things, these solutions, these technologies could offer me. And that first night, I was able to get relaxation more than I had in 3 years of massage. So my qualities for moving forward were they safe and did they work? And since I could check off both of those, I proceeded to investigate and utilize these solutions. And within 7 days, I was able to get out of bed in one motion, rather than having to roll over to my side and gently push myself up. So fast forward now over 20 years, I've been able to recover fully, back to active life like skiing and doing many other things. And fortunately, I took a look at that gig economy that Randy was speaking about, and started integrating that into my life, because a little over 2 years ago, I was one of those many people, part of the statistics, who have been downsized or outsourced, and I had an additional income stream. So Nikken's not only provided me with my health back, but has also created that income that my family needed to continue. And the other 5 pillars of health have also been impacted in a very positive way.
Thanks. Yes, that's awesome. What Nikken can do for people, and it's our job to invite them to feel the difference. And so, can you expand a little more on what that means to you today? I know you've impacted your family in many ways, and as well as your 5 pillars.
It means the world. My sister is someone who has been incredibly impacted. It took her not just a year or two, it took me sharing over many years until she was ready to take a look at this, and she has transformed her life by releasing over 100 pounds, but it was an inside job first for her. She now has a healthy, active life. I've been fortunate enough to have other family members also join me in this business, my aunt, and I also have dear new friends who I consider as family now in this business that I would have never known. Nancy Lindblom is someone in Florida who is one of my leaders, who has impacted many lives as well. Randy, I would have never met you or anyone else on this phone or this call, and to just be able to do something that matters. Knowing that every day I'm doing something that makes a difference for other people, and put that ripple in the water so that I know that I'm going to leave this world a little better than not sharing Nikken with others.
That's wonderful, Suzanne. It's all about heart, and to have a collaborative entrepreneurship enterprise with hundreds of thousands of consultants around the world who feel that way, that it's about making it a happier, healthier world. I love that. And can you tell people to hear more from Suzanne? She has a Tuesday night call, Tune In Tuesday. Can you give them the details about that?
I sure can. And before I give you the details on the Tuesday call, I want to, some people are concerned how to share this with others. Well, you just do that in every aspect of your day. It doesn't have to be this hard thing to do. For instance, I'm skiing today by myself. I'm listening to people on the chairlift, and I had this one man that got on the chairlift with me, and he said, "Oh my gosh, my knee is killing me." And he proceeds to tell me about being a coach for his daughter's hockey, and he took pucks in the knee last night. And his other daughter strained her shoulder playing volleyball. And so, there's just many ways to reach out and touch people's lives, whether it's physically or financially. On Tuesday nights, we have a short version of what we call a first look to a better way. And that is at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. And we also highlight one of the Nikken solutions that are part of our business. So you can get that information on the Nikken Resource Hub. And I know if anyone on this line can also forward you the info.
Fantastic, Suzanne. Thank you so much. And so we invite you to get back with the person who invited you. They'll be your sponsor, and get some product. And you can start anywhere you want. The original product, the insoles. Now we have an amazing grounding pad so that it's like you're walking barefoot out in the ground and getting that fresh energy. And Nikken's other technologies. I see you're wearing your Nikken vest to ski, and we've all got Nikken jewelry on, no doubt, and it just keeps stress from building up. I was speaking with someone last night about her shoulders were all tight, and I said, well, you could use a Nikken necklace, and she's like, oh, yours is magnetic? I mean, always. So please get back with the person who invited you, and we will share this with anybody who wants to watch. So thank you all for joining us, and I'm going to end the recording now.